Hi, this is Dead Things, and this is one of the dead things I built for the 2010 holiday season. This is my version of Freakenstein. The inspiration for Freakenstein came from Gore Galore's Freakenstein. For those of you not familiar with Gore Galore, they build stock rounds and oversized costumes for the professional haunt industry. Beautifully handcrafted costumes, but at $2,700 a pop, a little out of my price range. So this stood as a static prop in my yard for most of the season, and then on Halloween night a person went into it. It was my daughter's boyfriend Matt who put it on and tramped around in the graveyard scaring the tots. So it was a big hit. People really dug it. So the head is a 1 gallon milk jug. Into that 1 gallon milk jug I duct taped a piece of 3/4 inch PVC. Through that PVC I ran a dowel, and that dowel is what is the jaw is attached to. So basically the head is just paper mache and celluclay built up in layers. The jaw is very thin plywood and pink extruded foam, and in that dowel mechanism I attached a cable very similar to a bike brake cable, so that the jaw is movable. So that is the frame of Freakenstein. Basically it is an old backpack frame to which was duct taped 1/2 inch PVC pipe, and the PVC pipe is all interconnected using different types of angles and T fittings, all screwed together to give it its basic shape, and then draped with black and brown cloth and some creepy cloth that's available around Halloween. Just to show you how the jaw mechanism here works. There's a trigger right here. Basically, squeezing the trigger works the jaw mechanism. I also have the head on a spring. I was trying to figure out how the heck Gore Galore makes their neck mechanisms, the way it moves, and I figured I'd probably over-engineer the thing and overthink it, so I just went simple. Basically a spring that's been epoxied onto this whole fitting here, and then looks kind of like a bobblehead. But it was really effective because it moved kind of really creepily once you had somebody in there. So basically that backpack frame is just on a T-frame built out of 2x4s. So very simple, very solid. It didn't blow over in any of the storms that we got, and so I was very happy with the way that the whole thing stood up to the elements. The legs were just a pair of sweatpants got at the value store with some cardboard tubes in it, just to kind of flesh them out. Again, very happy with the way that stood up with the rain and the snow and everything. It didn't get too beat up. The hands are just rolled up pieces of newspaper through here, all duct tape onto a palm, and then just paper mache over. I did put in a piece of 1/2 inch PVC into the wrist itself, right up into here, so that I could then attach this. And as you can see, this mechanism here again for the jaw, it's just a very simple mechanism. This is actually off of a walker, similar to what Grandma and Grandpa would use. No, I did not steal it off of Grandma and Grandpa's walker. It was a defective piece, so I just rescued it from going into the garbage. Reduce, reuse, recycle. The feet are basically a plywood platform that then a paper mache frame sits on top of. So there's 2 pieces of plywood there, cut out into a foot shape, and then between them is sandwiched a couple of 4x4s. So basically it gives about 6 inches of lift on there. And then of course we have straps here to put your feet into. I'm probably going to redo the straps. Matt said that they were a bit loose, and it felt like he lost one of them during the night, even though he didn't, but it felt like he did. So I'll probably figure out a different way to do those. The feet are just paper mache. So basically what I did is I laid a paper mache edge around here and let that dry, bulked it up a little bit, and then paper mached over top of that. The toes are just rolled up pieces of newspaper that are hot glued onto this frame, basically, that I made there, and then the whole thing is paper mache. I did make kind of a frame using Bristol board to kind of give it some a structure to lay the paper mache over. I'm probably going to redo these because, as you can see, they got kind of beat up from the weather and just being moved around. So I'll probably redo these for next year. I will redo these for next year. Yeah, so that's it. So I hope you enjoyed it. My version of Freakenstein. As I said, this was very effective, as it stood as a static prop in the yard, and then came alive on Halloween night, and people really got into it. They thought it was a really cool prop. So hope you enjoyed it.